Who could forget the lovable, clumsy Panda Po, voiced by the legendary Jack Black?
So,
the
is
broth?
it good?
It's actually pretty good.
All right.
He traveled the land in search of worthy foes.
Complete with a secret ingredients. This dish is all about flavor, fun, and a little bit of magic.
My old enemy.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Film and Flavor. I'm Zain Hasan.
Hello, I'm Ahmed Zayani, and today we're talking about one of the most iconic animated films of the 21st century, Kung Fu Panda.
That's right, Ahmed. This 2008 DreamWorks classic, directed by Mark Osborne and John Stevenson, has something for everyone. Action, humor, heart, and of course, Kung Fu.
Absolutely. Who could forget the lovable, clumsy Panda Po, voiced by the legendary Jack Black, who takes on the responsibility of becoming the Dragon Warrior. So Zain, how awesome is today's movie?
It is very awesome. I grew up loving Kung Fu Panda.
And it's cool, like, because thinking about it, it shouldn't work, right?
It
'Cause
shouldn't.
it's Kung Fu and a panda. I mean,
Yeah,
these
'cause-
two things, you don't think of them going together.
Exactly. Like, I can imagine Kung Fu Lion, Kung Fu Tiger, but Kung Fu Panda, for a panda that's like loves eating and loves playing around and being cute and fuzzy, to go from something like that to something as serious as Kung Fu is amazing.
Exactly, like even a Kung Fu monkey would work, I think.
Yeah, because monkeys are able to jump around from tree to tree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And remember when this was being promoted, a lot of people wrote it off, especially since at that time, DreamWorks did not have the best of track records. But this surprised so many people, including myself.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of DreamWorks' more serious projects, I'd say, because most DreamWorks movies lean towards comedy or action. Kung Fu Panda kind of seemed to me a bit more, I'd say, realistic in terms of following your dreams and trying not to give up. Po is a great example. He truly wanted to become a dragon warrior.
Yeah.
He truly wanted to become a dragon warrior, and he fought for that. And there were a lot of trials and tribulations that came his way, but he was able to actually achieve his dream at the end, which is so inspiring. And to see a panda do that is kind of cute.
It really is, and I think what a lot of people think about the movie comes back to the fact that Jack Black plays Po, and for the longest time he's a fantastic comedy actor, but he can be a bit sophomoric in his humor.
Very much.
So to see the character start that way, yet mature throughout the movie and throughout the series, is wonderful, and it proves to you that you don't write off a talent just because of something they did in their past, that they could always blow you away with one specific role.
Yeah, Jack Black was absolutely amazing as Po. He was able to mix in those two elements of comedy, but also emotions. Like, Po is a very friendly person, a very friendly character. So to see him have a bit of rage, a bit of sadness to him as well, just made him a bit more realistic. And I guess you could relate a bit more to Po in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was surprised how well the movie held till this day. I recently rewatched it when the fourth Kung Fu Panda came out. And yeah, I mean, the animation isn't as good as the more recent film. It shouldn't be. But it's still quite beautiful to watch. I would say it even rivals Pixar's films from that era, from that time period.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda is truly a beautiful film with a really meaningful story, and the soundtrack is so beautiful. Hans Zimmer is Hans Zimmer is an amazing composer. His work on Interstellar, Inception, he's amazing. To see him go from all those big blockbuster movies to a film like Kung Fu Panda truly shows you that he saw a vision with Kung Fu Panda.
Of course.
And the soundtrack is just so beautiful. I mean, those like instruments, the Chinese instrument, I forgot what it's called.
It felt very appropriate for the film.
Yeah.
They didn't try to flood it with pop music. It did feel like it was custom made for Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, I mean, I heard rumor that Hans Zimmer will be back in the region sometime this year.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's someone I definitely want to see in concert.
Me too, for sure.
His kung fu skills were the stuff of legend. He traveled the land in search of worthy foes.
So let's start with the story. At its core, Kung Fu Panda is about Po's journey to self-discovery. He's an unlikely hero who dreams of becoming a Kung Fu master. But when fate steps in, he's chosen to protect the Valley of Peace.
Po's journey is so relatable, right? He's this out-of-shape, food-obsessed panda who thinks he's not cut out for greatness. But when he finds himself training with the legendary Furious Five, led by Master Shifu, things take a surprising turn.
And let's talk about the Furious Five. We've got Tigress, Monkey, Crane, Viper, and Mantis, each one bringing their unique Kung Fu style to the table. And don't forget Master Shifu, voiced by Dustin Hoffman, who's initially skeptical about Po, but eventually becomes one of his greatest supporters.
Yeah, Master Shifu's tough love approach is both hilarious and heartwarming. And of course, there's Tai Lung, the antagonist voiced by Ian McShane, a former student of Shifu, who wants to claim the Dragon Scroll and power over the valley.
One of the things I love about Kung Fu Panda is its message. It's not just about martial arts or being the strongest. It's about believing in yourself, trusting the process, and realizing that greatness comes from within.
Exactly. Po's mantra could be, don't let your flaws define you. His journey is a reminder that anyone, no matter how unlikely, can achieve greatness if they believe in themselves and embrace their unique qualities.
Now, let's talk about the animation. The action sequences in Kung Fu Panda are top-notch. The martial arts choreography is fluid and breathtaking, and it blends seamlessly with the vibrant, beautiful world of the Valley of Peace.
And let's not forget about the stunning visuals. From the lush landscapes to the vibrant characters, every frame feels alive and full of energy. The animation alone makes it a joy to watch.
Now, let's move on to one of the most iconic and hilarious moments from Kung Fu Panda, the noodle scene. Yes, the moment where Po's love for food is just as epic as his journey to become the Dragon Warrior.
That's right. This scene is not just about the noodles. It's about the hilarious contrast between Po's obsession with food and his role as a Kung Fu master in training. It's a perfect mix of comedy and character development.
So for anyone who might not remember, this is the moment right at the start of Po's training where he's invited into the kitchen of the Jade Palace. Po's totally in awe of the kitchen, but what happens next? He gets caught up in his favorite thing, noodles.
Exactly. Po is so excited to be around all this delicious food. The scene starts with him asking if he can really eat the noodles, and he's completely oblivious to the fact that Master Shifu is trying to get him to focus on his Kung Fu training.
No, it's at table 2, 5, 7, and 12. Service with a smile.
So let us turn to our chef, Ali Yosif, who will make us a delicious bowl of noodle soup inspired by this scene.
Hi everyone, I'm Chef Ali Yosif once again, and today we're making a delicious noodle soup inspired by the Kung Fu Panda movie, complete with the secret ingredients. This dish is all about flavor, fun, and a little bit of magic. So let's get cooking. To start with, let me show you the ingredients I have. Carrot, ginger, spring onion, green onions, chicken breast cooked, shredded, and also it's cabbage I have, and fish sauce, soya sauce, mushroom, ginger, grounded ginger, and also got noodles and chicken broth. Starting with broth. Stir in, and now we're going to stir in. We start with chicken. Followed by carrots. Followed by cabbage. Followed by onions. Followed by ginger. Followed by mushrooms. Stir it. Let's bring it to boil for about, and let it boil for 2 minutes. And then from there, we'll take the second step. As you see, it's boiling. Now we're stirring in the soy sauce, followed by fish sauce. I should be salty enough. Smells good. Now we're adding the ginger, grounded ginger in there. So you got this spicy taste in it. It's beautiful. Now, putting the spaghetti, the noodles in. I pre-cooked them actually, so it won't take too long to cook. It's noodles anyway. Right. We'll let it simmer for at least in a medium heat for another 5 minutes. From there, we plate it for you. It's ready. This is your noodle. And here it is, a bowl of noodles soup inspired by Kung Fu Panda, with the secret ingredients of friendship and loyalty. Enjoy this heartwarming dish, and remember, it's not just about food, it's also about journey.
Welcome back. This looks and smells absolutely amazing.
Yes, this also looks exactly like it was in the movie, right?
Yeah, I totally understand why Po just couldn't wait to get his hands on these noodles.
I'm feeling Po right now myself, aren't you?
I'm feeling them too.
Now, I want to see how you fare with these.
I'm pretty bad with chopsticks, so I don't think I'm gonna use them.
You're not gonna even give it a try?
To avoid having any more food chaos.
I think that's part of the fun of the show, right? All the chaos that we create.
Yeah, but it's gonna get really messy.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, so why don't you dig in first?
All right. Let me show you how it's done. Take a big spoon. Oh, I made a mess already.
All right, I'll just prepare. So, is it good?
It's actually pretty good.
All right, cool. I feel like one of the best things about Kung Fu Panda is the Chinese cuisine. Like there are so many Chinese dishes, especially dumplings. Po was a big fan of dumplings.
Oh yeah. Are you a
Yeah.
fan of dumplings?
Yeah. Did I say dumplings?
Dumplings. Yeah.
Said
you're
in a
good.
country accent.
You're good.
Dumplings. Yeah.
Dumplings.
I'm a big fan of dumplings. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's your
Um,
favorite?
Dumplings.
Chicken or shrimp?
Chicken.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
more of a shrimp guy myself.
Yeah, I like chicken. I prefer chicken. So speaking of Kung Fu Panda, obviously, who was your favorite character, or what's the character that stood out to you the most in this film?
All right. So the one I can relate to the most is probably Po,
All right.
just because like I'm clumsy like he is, I'm lazy like he is, and I love food like he does. But I also loved Seth Rogen just because I'm a big fan of Seth Rogen. So seeing him in this film and him doing like his big Seth Rogen laugh, it's always cool to see.
He's not gonna quit bouncing, tell you that.
What about you?
Aside from Seth Rogen, I really like him, by the way. And all of I feel like he's DreamWorks like go-to guy.
He is.
He even voiced the jelly guy from Monsters versus Aliens.
Yeah.
I think he's a great guy. He has a very recognizable voice. But a character that stood out to me in Kung Fu Panda is Tigress.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, Tigress
I knew
is just,
that.
she's so cool and she's so awesome and she's so fierce and independent and she's a leader, you
Yes,
know? And
yeah.
the fact that she's voiced by Angelina Jolie is just so perfect. The voice fits her so well, and she just, the way she presents herself and the way she is was so cool to me as a child. Like, I remember watching this and being like, when I grow up, I want to be exactly like Tigress, you know? That she was like my idol in a way. I really liked Tigress, so.
Or Tai Lung.
Yeah, we're not really supposed to talk about him.
Well, if he's going to stay here, he should know.
Guys, I know about Tai Lung. Scrolls of Kung Fu. And then he turned bad, and I was in jail, and...
He wasn't just a student.
You love her that much, huh?
I love her that much, yeah. I still do.
Okay, let's talk about the villains. Like, we've had 4 Kung Fu Panda movies so far,
Yeah.
4 very distinct villains. Which one's your favorite?
The third one.
Okay,
The villain from the third film.
the Ox.
What's his name?
I can't remember. It's the one voiced by J.K. Simmons, right?
J.K. Simmons,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a cool
He
villain.
was very menacing, and the theme that they play out anytime he would like come on screen would terrify me as a child. So watching that film and just being so incredibly terrified of the villain was there's something about him. I've seen so many villains in many different movies, but that villain he was insanely terrifying.
Oh, true. To me, I love Tai Lung from this film, the first one. It's such a cool character, and his backstory with the other characters is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Although, I thought the Peacock from part 2, just because, okay, and this is between you and me and whoever's watching today, I have this wicked phobia from birds.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Okay.
having the main villain being a feathered one did not sit well with me.
Yeah, I mean, birds are that creepy, but
Oh, come on. Really?
they're all right. Like, they're not as bad as like the cheetah from the third film. If that even is a cheetah, I don't know what kind of animal he was. He was a tiger.
Yeah.
A white tiger. He was terrifying. Very
I
terrifying.
am okay with that. I am okay with that. But put something with feathers and wings and a beak in front of me that's not in a chicken bucket,
Yeah.
I freak out.
Do you actually believe this is the warrior destined to defeat me?
I do not. I know he is.
Oh, look at him! A lifetime to plot his revenge, and he comes...
Now, let's take a deeper dive into the symbolism of the food in this scene. On the surface, it's just a funny scene with Po and his noodles. But food, especially noodles, plays a larger role in Po's journey. It represents a comfort zone, the thing that he loves and knows best.
Absolutely. The noodles are a metaphor for Po's simple joys and his unassuming nature. And this is an important turning point. By enjoying the noodles in the palace kitchen, Po is embracing the idea that he doesn't need to be perfect. He's allowed to be himself, even in a world that's full of expectations and pressure.
That's a great point. It's through moments like this that Po begins to accept that his uniqueness is a strength. And as we see later in the movie, it's his individuality, his true self that allows him to defeat Tai Lung. Not any fancy kung fu technique, but the heart he puts into everything he does, including eating noodles.
Honestly, this noodle scene might just be one of the most memorable animated moments of all time. It's quirky, funny, and like the whole movie has so much heart.
Almost 2 decades later, Kung Fu Panda still holds up as one of the most memorable animated films. It has a huge impact, not just in terms of box office success, but in pop culture. The movie's iconic quotes, memorable characters, and incredible fight scenes are still being referenced today.
And we cannot forget the sequels. Kung Fu Panda spawned 3 fantastic follow-ups, each expanding on Po's journey, his relationships, and his growth as a warrior. And Po's character continues to inspire newer generations.
Po may be a clumsy panda, but he's definitely a cultural icon. Kung Fu Panda is a film that transcends age and resonates with anyone who has ever dreamt of becoming more than they thought they could be.
For me, the best scene, or my favorite scene, was probably the scene in the first film when Master Oogway actually ascends into the realm, and he speaks to Master Shifu and tells him something that kind of stuck with me ever since I watched it, which was tomorrow's a mystery. The past is history, tomorrow's a mystery, and today is a gift. That is why we call it the present. I thought that was so wise coming from Master Oogway. He's always been wise, but to see him say that, it was just truly something that stuck with me, and I resonate with it so much, especially now.
What was and what will be. There's a saying, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.
That is such a fantastic phrase.
Thank you. Yeah. Why am I saying thank you?
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. You're welcome. To me, my favorite scene is more whimsical, and it's when Po first decides to go into the shrine or the place where they're holding auditions for the Dragon Warrior.
Yeah.
And it's one simple line where he looks up and says, "Ah, my greatest enemy, stairs."
My old enemy. Stairs.
And to me, that's something that till this day I still quote.
It is so funny, yeah.
Like whenever I'm with friends and I'm looking at a staircase that's high, I just say that, and they just groan every single time. And again with you.
Yeah,
No.
That's a really great scene.
It is.
So whether you're a fan of action, comedy, or just a good underdog story, Kung Fu Panda has something for everyone. And if you haven't seen it yet, definitely give it a watch. It's a wild ride full of laughs, heartfelt moments, and Kung Fu.
Well said, Zain. And that's all for today's episode. Thank you for watching. See you next time on Film and Flavor. And don't forget to skadoosh your way through life. Goodbye.